Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of your OGR, as today is game 46 as the Edmonton Oilers walk into San Jose and take their first shutout of the year, winning 3-0 over the Sharks in a game that was just absolutely incredible to watch. What a 5-on-5 showcase from the Oilers and a really good defensive game. We shut down a lot of the top scorers from the San Jose Sharks. Skinner was standing on his head. We actually got another, we scored the first goal again. And it was just an incredible game by the Edmonton Oilers and really playing into Jay Woodcroft's system that really seems to be working really well right now for the Edmonton Oilers. And I'm absolutely loving it. So before we get into all talking about everything that happened, I'd like to just say, if you are new to the channel, make sure to smash that subscribe button and hit that like button as well. That'll be very much appreciated, boys. So let's get into talking about this game for the Edmonton Oilers, as we got a lot of games coming up. So we got a back-to-back. Of course, I will be live streaming the game tonight against the LA Kings. If you didn't know that already, make sure to check out the stream tonight. I'll be live at 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time. Get into, this whole game against the San Jose Sharks. Now, it wasn't a real physical game. Kind of people were talking about that in the chat when I live streamed it last night, which was a really fun stream. And honestly, this game was just a really fun game to watch. There was like moments of time where I was like smirking at like little small stuff where we actually getting, pucks to the net. We had 41 shots throughout the entire night where we were actually out shooting our opponent and just taking shots, getting pucks to the net, playing really well defensively. We were shutting down a lot of the rushes that the San Jose Sharks had in the neutral zone. We were shutting things down in the neutral zone real quick. We were actually able to break out the puck a lot better than what we were. Now, we were off to a rough start to start off the game, but after that, we really just dominated these San Jose Sharks, especially in that second period. Like, in the second period, the Sharks weren't able to generate anything during that second period. Like, I don't even remember them really get any shots. Like, the second period, they only had 2 shots during that second period, and then even going into the third, they only had 8-16 of the Oilers. We were dominating, like without a doubt, we were dominating, playing our best game, and this was an incredible game for the Edmonton Oilers. A really entertaining game, a really entertaining showcase at what Jay Woodcroft's system could potentially do for the Edmonton Oilers, without a doubt, for our future. So let's get into goal scoring. Warren Foegele gets a big goal for the Edmonton Oilers, getting his 6th of the season. Now, this was a really good move around by Warren Foegele, getting around the net, poking it over to Nuge. Nuge got it up to Bouchard. Bouchard shot it, went off of Ryan's stick, and then went off the knee of Warren Foegele and went in the back of the net. And that's his front net presence, getting the puck on the net. And a lot of the times when we were getting the puck on the net with Tippett, it was just, Bouchard shooting the puck, and it just went directly into the chest of whoever was playing net. And with this game, we were actually getting a lot of bodies to the net, and that puck was changing like 50 different directions, which I was a real big fan of, and we need to continue doing that. And Warren Foegele was certainly able to help out with that, and same with Derek Ryan. And then, Derek Ryan did it again. Darnell Nurse with his 5th goal of the season. I thought this was Derek Ryan's goal, but it was actually Nurse who got the 5th goal of the season for him, putting the Oilers up 2-0. It seemed like it actually went off of Nicholas Malak's stick instead of Ryan's, so that's why I didn't count for Ryan's goal. But it was still a really nice, front net presence. Once again, a nice shot from Darnell Nurse, and he got his 5th goal of the season. Nothing happened in the second period, but for just total domination on the 5-on-5 for the Edmonton Oilers. And then heading in the third period, Connor McDavid got his 24th goal of the season, putting the Oilers up 3-0. And this was a magnificent pass by Evan Bouchard, who had 2 points on the night. Magnificent setup pass to Connor McDavid, who dashed down the wing and threw it right through the wickets of James Reimer to give us that 3-0 lead. And the biggest thing that I noticed is that we didn't fall into a trap game. We kept playing. We didn't stop playing, which was the biggest thing that I noticed. And this is the biggest reason why I think Woodcroft is the coach that we needed. Because the way that Tippett coached is that when we got a lead, we played into a trap style game, which a lot of our players don't particularly like that. A trap game, you're able to stop the rush pretty well easily in your own zone, but with us, we always just let the rush walk all over us. With Woodcroft's system, we kept putting the pressure on. We kept forechecking. We played that 2-1-2 where we had 2 players forechecking hard, that one player kind of playing in the middle. So if, they were able to get a good rush, we were able to kind of shut it down in the neutral zone, which I was a real big fan of. And a lot of our defense plays really good in this game. Cody Cece had an amazing game throughout this entire game for us. I thought this was one of his best two-way games ever. Like, he was playing the best defensive job ever. He was producing a lot of offense. He was playing really well defensively. I was amazed by the way that Cody Cece looked throughout the entire night. And if Cody Cece can really look like this every single night, he could be a really good top 4 D-man for the Edmonton Oilers, especially if he continues to play the way that he's playing. So, kind of moving on, we'll talk about the lineups and everything like that, the weaknesses of the team, what did we struggle on. First of all, the power play was absolutely horrendous. We really struggled on the 4 power play chances that we did have. We even had a 4-minute, which unfortunately we took a penalty. But it was an horrendous time on the power play. We weren't able to generate a whole lot. It was a really rough time. We weren't passing very well. We were rushing things. We weren't staying calm. We got to handle the puck, and then we tried to move it up as quick as we could. I don't know if that's just Woodcroft's system of the power play, but it seemed like we were moving the puck a little bit too fast, and we needed to slow things down a little bit. And I think, that will be a rotation that we will, continue to fix up on. Bouchard really took control of the power play. Barry did get a little bit of power play time up on that top unit, but after Barry didn't look too impressive on there, they kind of demoted him down to that second unit alongside a Nurse, and Bouchard got most of the time, which I do like. I think that's the way it should be. Moving forward, we'll talk about penalty kill has absolutely been amazing. The penalty kill, we've been seeing a lot of guys play up on there. Hyman, Ryan have been guys. Ryan McLeod has been even get a lot of time up on the PK, finally. And he's looking amazing out there. And for some reason, we were playing Devon Shore for this whole year. And now Ryan McLeod goes up on that PK, and we're looking stellar on the PK. I mean, absolutely terrific. Just the absolute moronic decisions by Tippett is what really shot this team in the foot. And now seeing Ryan McLeod go out there and do a really good job out on that PK was just really amazing to see, and really impressed me the way that he was playing out on the PK. Same with Hyman and Nuge. They were really good on the PK. And Ryan was he's been transforming his game. Derek Ryan was absolutely amazing throughout the entire night, especially playing alongside a Nuge and Fogle. I thought that was one of our better lines, especially defensively. They did a really good job of shutting down things, playing good defensively. They were just amazing throughout the entire night. McLeod also had a really good night. As well, played really good on the PK. Not even that bad on the 5-on-5, which I think was the biggest thing. Our 5-on-5 game was incredible, and I was really, really impressed by the way that we played throughout the entire night. McDavid was absolutely popping off. I think he's been doing really well. I think the one thing he'll have to adjust his game a little bit on, though, is his defensive game. I think that's something, he's still going to work on, because even he doesn't skate very well backwards, or at least he doesn't like to. He likes to mostly skate forwards. That's how he knows he's faster at that than going backwards. But with this type of system, you need to kind of play in the center, kind of in the back. So we're going to see how well McDavid does adjust to this type of play. I'm excited to see. But Hyman, Puljujärvi, McDavid, they've been one of our better lines throughout the entire year. We just didn't play them a whole lot, and now we are, and they look absolutely amazing out there. Draisaitl, Kane, and Yamamoto, they had some highlights out there. They didn't look too incredible, but they did have some highlights out there. Kane was, didn't do bad at the first period, but then kind of dwindled off during the rest. But that's been kind of Kane. He's gets a few great opportunities. I think this was one of Kane's better games, but it still wasn't phenomenal. Talk about Benson. Benson was still really good as well. He was generating a lot of opportunities. I really liked his game throughout the entire game. Generating a lot of opportunities, using that speed, and just a way better player than what I think Devon Shore would be in that position. Moving towards the defense. Now this was one of our best defensive nights, without a doubt. We were playing really well defensively, and like I was saying, we had a lot of defensive parents. There was a lot of defensive parents used throughout the entire night. The biggest one we'll talk about was Nurse and Barry. Now, they've been using a lot of Nurse and Barry, which this is the second game in a row where Woodcroft has kind of thrown those guys out there. Now, you guys all know I'm not a big fan of that, and I never will be. I'm never a big fan of Nurse and Barry. I don't think they belong beside each other. Barry wasn't too noticeable throughout the night. Now, he only played about 18 minutes, so that's kind of around the time that he wanted to play, either that or even lower, about 16 even. I want to be seeing Bouchard play a lot more. But with Barry, it wasn't too noticeable. He did play, not great defensively, but he wasn't moving the puck up that bad at all. But they weren't phenomenal between Nurse and Barry. Nurse did play some really good defensive decisions, but wasn't phenomenal throughout the night transporting the puck. There was a lot of times where he turned it over or didn't make, the nicest passes in the world. So that's something to work on for the future for Nurse. Legason and CC did amazing throughout the night. They were amazing defensively, and they got a lot of offensive opportunities. They were moving the puck quite nice, moving it up the zone. I was quite surprised that they were one of our best puck moving, pairings throughout the entire night. They were absolutely incredible. Another pairing that played alongside of each other, Broberg and Bouchard, a pairing that played in the AHL, and I really enjoyed it. They played quite well. They were moving the puck, not too bad, and not playing too bad defensively either. We also see Nemelainen and Bouchard. I really love that defensive pairing. I thought they were perfect. Nemelainen, the stay-at-home defensive defenseman, physical guy. I've been really impressed with how well Nemelainen's been able to do. He's been, kind of the guys that's been surprising me, but he's been playing really well in this system with Woodcroft, and he's been phenomenal. One of our better defensemen, without a doubt. I've just been really impressed by the way that this team has played. Pure and simple. This was an amazing game to watch. It was a lot of fun. We were playing great 5-on-5. We were shutting down the opportunities. And Skinner, oh, fuck, he was amazing throughout the entire night, making some big saves for the Edmonton Oilers when we needed him to, especially with the rough start that we had. We, were down by 6 shots, and Skinner stood on his head and played amazing. I gotta say, one of the best goalies on the Edmonton Oilers right now, and we should rely on him a lot more than what we were. And I think Woodcroft will be, because the game that we seen from Skinner, he made the saves that he needed to make, and it was absolutely amazing. Also, one thing I would like to note, the ice time between everyone, if you guys haven't checked out the ice time between everyone, I would, because I love the type of ice time that he's given everyone. Everyone kind of deserves the amount of ice time. I mean, Benson, I would like to see a little bit more. I'd like to see a little bit more Bouchard than Barry, especially 5-on-5. Like, they're giving more 5-on-5 time to Barry than what they are giving to Bouchard. So I would like to see a little bit more ice time for Bouchard. But even then, honestly, I'm not complaining, because we won 3-0, and we played really well defensively, and that's what it matters. We're getting the W's that we definitely need to get right now. We need to go on a big time winning streak right now, and starting off with 2 games in a row on a back-to-back, and going into more games and another back-to-back this weekend. We're only 2 points out of a wild card position right now. We're right near LA. We're 2 points behind LA. If we get a big victory against them tonight, this would be tremendous for us. So this is a big game going into tomorrow, or tonight, I meant. So I will be live streaming this game, so make sure to go check it out. I'll be live with my buddy Perlo Wisdom. It should be a lot of fun. But for right now, guys, I think I'm gonna end the video here. There was a lot to talk about, and it was just an amazing game. I think if I were to talk about everything, it would be like an hour-long video. So amazing game. Absolutely loved it. Loved everybody. Played really well defensively. Great job in the neutral zone, shutting things down. Amazing game. I think that's about it. I'll just be a reoccurring record, because I love this game. This was absolutely amazing showcase. We'll have to see how well we do against LA and against even Minnesota this weekend. We'll be interested to see how well we, coach against Dean Evanson, one of the other better coaches in the league. So I'm really interested to see what will happen here for the Edmonton Oilers. We got a lot of great games coming up against some tough teams. So this will be a big challenge for Jay Woodcroft. But with the way that this team is playing, I think we'll be able to do it. But for right now, guys, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you guys all tonight at 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time for the Edmonton Oilers versus the LA Kings. I'll see you guys all tonight. And, yeah, adios, amigos.